They said no one had ever completed experiment number 7, not because it was dangerous, but because it was too peaceful to wake up from. Tonight you're the subject. The lights dim. The hum of the machine fades. And as your heartbeat slows, you begin to drift. Not into dreams, but into the quiet truth hidden beneath them. I enter a silent facility lit only by soft blue light. The air feels too clean, almost unreal, like it has been filtered of everything that reminds it of the outside world. The walls hum faintly, not with sound but with some quiet current that seems to pulse through the building itself. My footsteps are swallowed by the floor, the kind that absorbs sound so completely, it feels as if I'm walking on the memory of a surface rather than something solid. A man in a white coat stands near the end of the hallway. His face is half in shadow, half in the pale blue glow, his eyes reflecting the sterile calm of the place. When he speaks, his voice is calm, practiced, the kind of tone that suggests both reassurance and secrecy. "Welcome," he says. "You've been selected for experiment number 7. His words drift between curiosity and warning. I nod, though I'm not sure if I should. He studies me for a moment, as though measuring my readiness not through my posture or my pulse, but through something deeper, something unseen. He gestures toward a door that slides open silently as we approach. Inside, the light softens further, shifting from blue to a dim violet that seems to breathe with the rhythm of my own heartbeat. The air smells faintly of metal and ozone, as if the room has been recently charged. "This experiment," he says quietly, "is about rest, but not the kind you're used to. We're studying the depth of rest that lies beyond sleep, the place where the body disappears and only awareness remains." The words hang in the air, weightless yet heavy. I wonder how one could measure awareness once the body is gone. I don't ask. The silence between us is deliberate, as though questions would disturb the balance of whatever is about to begin. He motions toward a reclining chair in the center of the room. It's surrounded by faintly glowing panels, all arranged in perfect symmetry. The chair looks almost comfortable, but there's something clinical about it. The way it's fixed to the floor, the way the light frames it like a stage. I take a breath and sit. The leather is cold against my back. The hum of the panels grows, shifting subtly in tone until it's more felt than heard. The researcher adjusts a few instruments on a nearby console, his hands moving with careful precision. "Once you're ready," he says, "we'll begin the calibration. It's important that you don't resist whatever you feel. The experiment works best when you allow yourself to drift." He places a set of sensors against my temples, my chest, my wrists. Each touch is clinical yet oddly intimate. The room darkens further until only the faint pulse of violet light remains. My breathing feels louder than it should. He watches the monitors as I exhale. A soft beeping aligns with my heartbeat, each tone fading slightly slower than the last, as if the machine is learning the rhythm of my pulse and deciding to follow rather than lead. "Close your eyes," he murmurs. I do. At first, there is only darkness. Then beneath the surface of it, a kind of depth, not like falling asleep, but like falling inward. The sound of the hum becomes a low vibration running through my bones. It feels almost familiar, like the sound the universe might make if it ever chose to whisper. My fingers twitch involuntarily. I'm aware of the movement, but it feels distant, like it's happening to someone else. The researcher's voice breaks through, soft but precise. "We're going to synchronize your neural patterns with the field. It might feel like you're drifting out of yourself. That's normal. Just let it happen, the field." I want to ask what that means, but the question dissolves before it forms. The hum deepens. I feel something behind my eyes, like a vibration trying to align with my thoughts. For a moment it's unsettling, then strangely peaceful. My awareness expands, not outward but inward. I begin to sense the outline of my body not as a shape, but as a soft field of light, faint and pulsing. The hum merges with my breathing until I can't tell which is which. A memory surfaces. Not a clear one, but a fragment of light, a face, a hand reaching toward me through mist. It's not mine, I think. Or maybe it is from another dream. I exhale and the sound echoes longer than it should. The air feels thicker, slower. Time stretches. The researcher's voice fades in and out, sometimes clear, sometimes like it's coming from underwater. You're entering the observation layer, he says. You're safe. Keep breathing, observation layer. The phrase repeats in my mind, looping softly until the words lose meaning. I begin to drift again, this time deeper. The hum changes pitch, becoming something softer, almost melodic. When I open my eyes, or think I do, the room is gone. There's light, but it doesn't come from a source. It just exists, suspended in air that doesn't feel like air. The sensation of having a body fades almost completely. I can still sense myself, but not through touch or movement, more like awareness alone. I think of the researcher, of the lab, of the soft blue lights. For a moment, I wonder if I'm still there, if this is what the experiment was meant to reveal. Then the thought drifts away, like a bubble rising through water. Everything here moves slowly, deliberately. Patterns shimmer in the distance, fractal shapes folding into themselves, dissolving, reappearing. I feel calm, deeply calm, as though I've slipped into the space between waking and sleeping where time doesn't apply. A faint voice, not the researcher's, murmurs through the air. You're doing well. I turn toward it, though I have no sense of direction. The light trembles slightly, then steadies. Where am I? I think, but there's no need to speak. The thought is heard instantly. In between, the voice replies. Between breath and silence. Between dream and memory. I try to understand, but the effort feels unnecessary. Everything here just is. There's no need to interpret, no urgency to define. The light around me shifts and I feel warmth spreading through what used to be my chest. Not physical warmth, something subtler, the warmth of understanding without words. A memory rises again. Laughter, a night sky, stars that look almost too close. I can't tell if it's from my life or someone else's, it doesn't matter. The memory dissolves like mist, leaving behind only the feeling it carried, peace. The hum returns, softer now, almost like the sound of waves on a distant shore. I realize it's my heartbeat, or at least what remains of it in this state. The rhythm has slowed, steady and unhurried, then a flicker, the faint sensation of being watched. Not in a threatening way, more like gentle curiosity. I sense the researcher again, but not as a presence in the room. He's observing from afar, perhaps through whatever monitors exist outside this layer. His voice comes faintly. We're recording stable resonance. Subject appears fully detached. Consciousness field expanding. Subject detached. The words echo oddly. I should feel uneasy, but I don't. The detachment feels right, like returning to a natural state. I drift further. The edges of light soften until everything becomes one continuous field of soft glow. I can't tell where I end and where it begins. Somewhere, faintly, the researcher speaks again. If you can still hear me, you've gone beyond sleep. You're entering the rest state threshold. Stay there. Don't force a return. But his voice is fading, dissolving into static. I feel myself exhale, though there's no air. A sense of release spreads through me, not of tension, but of identity. Everything becomes still. Then something unexpected. A pulse of color, faint and rhythmic, as though the field itself is breathing with me. Each pulse sends waves of calm through me. My thoughts become slow, wide, like clouds moving across a sky that has no horizon. I sense other presences, distant and soft, like echoes of consciousness drifting nearby. They feel familiar, though I can't name them. Perhaps other participants. Perhaps memories. We don't speak, but the silence between us feels shared, like an unspoken understanding. We are all resting in the same invisible current. Time, if it exists here, folds into itself. I try to recall how long I've been drifting, but the concept slips away. There is only now, and now is endless. The hum begins to fade, leaving behind an even deeper stillness. The absence of sound is not empty. It's full, alive. I realize that silence isn't the lack of noise. It's the sound of everything existing perfectly still. For a moment, I sense the faint outline of my body again. The chair beneath me, the weight of gravity pulling softly. It's distant, fragile, like a photograph left too long in the sun. A whisper crosses the silence, softer than thought. Don't rush back. Let the rest complete itself, I surrender. The light folds around me, dense and comforting, until I feel suspended in nothing and everything. There's a sensation like falling, but without movement, as if gravity itself has become gentle. The experiment isn't about data, I realize. It never was. It's about returning to something forgotten. The stillness that existed before the first thought, before the first dream. And in that stillness, I rest. This is about 200 words, the cinematic beginning of your 3,000-word sleep narration. I can continue seamlessly from here, deepening the descent, adding the revelation, and ending in the tranquil closing sequence where the narrator never fully wakes, suspended between worlds. The stillness deepens until I can no longer tell if I'm breathing. The body, the machine, even the hum of the laboratory, everything dissolves into a vast quiet. There's no boundary, no beginning or end. I'm floating in something that feels like awareness itself, pure and unbroken. A flicker of light crosses the distance ahead. It pulses once, twice, then multiplies into dozens of faint threads that move like living filaments. They drift closer, and I realize they aren't just light, they're thoughts. Memories, emotions, fragments of consciousness from somewhere beyond my own mind. One of them brushes against me, and an image flashes. A woman standing in the same lab. Years ago, her eyes closed, her hand trembling as a soft light enveloped her. Another follows, a man laughing under starlight, his voice carried by wind. Each fragment passes through me like a current, leaving ripples that feel like distant echoes of lives I might have lived, or dreamed, or shared. I can sense the researcher's presence again, faint and remote, like a signal from another dimension. His voice comes through the haze, filtered, almost hesitant. We're reading elevated coherence levels. Neural silence achieved. Subject appears stable. Stable. The word feels strange here, as if stability means surrender. I wonder if he knows how far I've gone, if the readings on his monitors can capture what this is. The infinite calm, the merging, the surrender into something larger. A new vibration begins. It's slow, rhythmic, almost like a heartbeat that belongs to the universe. It pulses through me, through everything, until I can't separate myself from it. Each beat carries warmth, each silence between beats carries peace. Then I see her, the woman from the earlier vision. She's here. Or maybe my mind has drawn her from the fragments that drifted past. She's standing in the light, her outline flickering softly. When she speaks, her voice feels like a memory spoken aloud. You found it, she says. The place beyond sleep. Her words don't travel through sound. They bloom directly in my thoughts. I want to ask who she is, but I already know. She was one of them. The early subjects, the ones who never returned. You're not lost, she continues. You're resting where everything begins again. Her eyes hold mine, though I no longer have eyes to meet hers with. For a moment, I sense a connection deeper than time, as if every person who's ever closed their eyes and drifted into true rest has passed through this same quiet ocean. I drift closer. She reaches out, her hand dissolving into light before it touches me. A wave of calm floods through my awareness. It's like forgiveness, though I don't know for what. Then she fades, like a signal slipping out of range, and I am alone again, but not entirely. The field around me has changed. The light has taken on a golden hue, soft and warm. It feels like sunrise within an eternal night. I think of the lab again. Somewhere beyond all this, my body must still be sitting in that chair, surrounded by machines quietly recording what they cannot understand. Maybe the researcher is watching, writing notes, his eyes flicking between screens. Maybe he's afraid to wake me. A faint hum rises again, different this time. Softer, harmonic, as if a choir of unseen voices hums in unison. The sound doesn't come from outside. It blossoms from within. Each tone unfolds into another, until I feel like I'm made of the same vibration. Something begins to pull me downward, not as gravity, but as gravity's memory. A descent that isn't physical, more like moving through layers of silence. The deeper I go, the slower everything becomes. My thoughts stretch into long, gentle waves, and in that depth I begin to see the pattern. The experiment itself unfolding as a design, elegant and vast. Every participant, every signal, every dream recorded, all connected by thin threads of awareness forming one enormous tapestry. I am part of it. I always was. A realization surfaces like a quiet truth. This isn't a scientific study of sleep. It's an experiment in returning consciousness to its origin. A way to measure not the brain, but the soul. The hum steadies, turning into a single note that seems to vibrate through eternity. I no longer feel separate from it. The note is me and I am it. Every heartbeat, every thought, every breath that ever was feels contained within the sound. I don't know how long passes. Minutes, hours, lifetimes. There's no time here, only the gentle unfolding of awareness. Then gradually a shift, a faint flicker at the edge of perception. Something calling me back. It's the researcher again. His voice is faint, almost pleading. If you can hear me, you've reached the final stage. Begin your return. Return. The word feels foreign. Why would I want to return? There's nothing here to escape from, nothing missing. This piece is perfect, complete. But his voice continues softer now. The body will remember. Let it guide you home. Home. That word catches somewhere inside me. Home, warmth, gravity, the gentle rhythm of breathing. The thought stirs something like longing. The light around me begins to fade slowly, reluctantly, like a curtain closing on an infinite stage. I sense movement, not falling, not rising, just motion. The hum shifts back to the low frequency I remember from the beginning. The air changes. The sterile scent of metal and ozone returns. My body flickers into awareness again. Faint weight on the chair, the slow pull of gravity, the steady rhythm of a heartbeat. I take a breath, shallow but real. The world reforms piece by piece. The violet glow of the panels, the dim outline of the ceiling, the soft hiss of machinery. The researcher's silhouette leans forward, his expression unreadable behind the glass. You did well, he says quietly. You stayed longer than anyone. I blink, or think I do. My eyelids feel heavy, as though I'm opening them for the first time in centuries. My voice doesn't come out, just a whisper of breath. What was it? He hesitates. We call it the 0 point, a field of pure consciousness. Beyond thought, beyond dream. You reached it. His words echo, and I realize I can still hear the hum faintly, even though the machines have gone silent. It's inside me now, the rhythm of the field still resonating through my chest. He disconnects the sensors one by one. Each removal feels like letting go of another thread tying me to something larger. The air feels thicker, heavier. The blue light seems almost too bright now. Most people wake disoriented, he says, almost to himself. But you're calm. That's remarkable. I want to tell him that I'm not calm, I'm changed. That I've seen the space between everything. And that silence isn't emptiness but the foundation of it all. But the words won't form. I just nod slowly. He helps me stand. My legs are unsteady as though I've been asleep for years. The floor feels too solid beneath me. The weight of reality pressing back into my body. As we walk down the corridor, I notice the walls seem alive with faint light, as if the experiment's energy still lingers in the building itself. The hum is still there, distant but steady. At the exit, he stops. You'll need rest, he says softly. Your brain needs time to readjust. Try to sleep naturally tonight. Sleep naturally. The phrase makes me almost smile. I wonder what that even means anymore. Outside, the night air is cool. Stars hang above, sharp and brilliant. For a moment, they seem to pulse in the same rhythm as the field I left behind. I close my eyes and the hum returns, quiet and familiar. Maybe I never really left. The ride home is a blur. Streetlights flicker past like slow comets. The city feels unreal, too loud, too awake. My reflection in the window looks almost transparent, like I'm still halfway between worlds. When I reach home, I don't turn on any lights. I move through the room slowly, touching familiar objects, grounding myself in their solidity. The hum beneath my thoughts softens but doesn't fade. I lie down on the bed. The sheets feel strange against my skin, coarse, heavy, too anchored in the physical. I close my eyes expecting darkness, but instead I see the field again, faintly glowing in the distance, waiting. A whisper rises in my mind. Not the researcher's voice, not the woman's, something deeper. You can always return, it says. The experiment never ended. I exhale slowly. The breath feels infinite. The edges of the room blur. Somewhere in the quiet between heartbeats, I sense the field breathing with me again. The hum merges with the rhythm of my pulse until I can't tell them apart. Sleep comes, not as oblivion, but as continuation. I am still drifting, still within the light. And as I fall, I realize the truth of it all. The experiment wasn't designed to test sleep. It was designed to teach surrender. To remind us that beyond fear, beyond noise, beyond thought, there is only rest, pure, endless, gentle rest. And in that place, the universe dreams itself awake through us. I drift deeper, past the boundary of words, past memory, into that soft ocean of nothing where I first began. The hum fades to silence, I rest. As the hum deepens, reality bends. I'm no longer sure if my eyes are closed or open. The light that existed a moment ago has dissolved into something softer, less like illumination and more like awareness itself. Space folds quietly around me and I begin to sense a stillness that feels infinite, a stillness so complete that sound becomes a memory rather than a presence. The edges of the room blur first, the floor losing its texture, the walls dissolving into a haze that pulses gently with each slow breath I take. The chair beneath me no longer feels solid. It's there, yet not, as if its weight has been translated into a faint echo that only my nerves remember. I try to move a finger, a hand, anything, but the impulse fades before it reaches my body. Movement has become an idea instead of an action. A low vibration travels through the air, weaving around me in slow, deliberate patterns. It's not mechanical. It feels older, like a tone buried beneath the layers of sound that make up the world. Something the earth might hum to itself when no one is listening. The longer I focus on it, the more it feels like it's breathing with me, each pulse matching the rhythm of my chest, each silence expanding into forever. I think about the researcher standing somewhere behind the glass, watching numbers move across a monitor. I imagine his face lit by faint light, his expression steady, professional. He believes he's observing an experiment in rest. He doesn't know it's turning into something else. The hum lowers again, stretching into a tone that feels less heard and more absorbed. My thoughts begin to separate, thin threads drifting apart, dissolving into the stillness between beats. One of them wonders if this is sleep. Another insists it's something deeper. Both fade before they finish the thought. I open my eyes, or maybe I never close them, and see a landscape forming, if it can be called that. The air glows faintly, pale and silver without a source. Shapes emerge and disappear. Fragments of geometry, glimpses of color bending into themselves. It feels like I'm standing inside the idea of a world rather than the world itself. The sensation of falling begins slowly, a gentle slide into depth. There's no fear. Gravity feels like it's exhaling. The deeper I go, the lighter everything becomes until even the thought of falling disappears. A whisper moves through the stillness. It's not a voice, not sound, but a shift in the air that carries meaning. Keep breathing. I don't know if it's him, the researcher, or something that speaks in his place. The instruction doesn't feel external. It feels like my own thought returned to me by whatever this is. I inhale. The breath enters not through lungs, but through every part of me. Each cell drawing in light instead of air. The exhale ripples outward like water disturbed by a single drop. The vibration of it moves through the silver haze, leaving trails of faint luminescence. The scene around me changes. The light folds into lines, weaving a horizon that didn't exist before. A surface forms beneath me, smooth, endless, reflective. I'm standing on it, though there's no sensation of weight. Above, the void shimmers with countless points of light, each one pulsing slowly as if aware of being seen. Time begins to stretch. Every moment feels wider, slower, as though the seconds themselves have started to breathe. I look up and one of the lights grows brighter, expanding until it fills the sky. It's not a sun. It's memory disguised as light. Images flow through it. Hands touching glass. Laughter in another lifetime. The faint hum of rain against a window. None of it belongs to me, yet it all feels familiar. As if I've wandered into the shared archive of every dream ever dreamed. I start to walk, or maybe drift, across the reflective surface. Each step leaves behind a ripple that glows for a moment before fading. There's no horizon, just movement for the sake of movement. The air grows thicker with a sound that isn't a sound at all, more like the pressure of thought filling the space. Something begins to form ahead, a shape made of shifting light. Neither human nor machine, just a presence wrapped in motion. It watches me without eyes. I can feel the attention like warmth brushing against my skin. When it speaks, the meaning arrives inside my head, quiet and calm. You are crossing the threshold. The phrase repeats, folding through me, settling deep. I want to ask what lies beyond, but the question disintegrates before I can finish forming it. Instead, there's a sensation like a doorway opening, not in front of me, but within. I step forward. The world bends. The surface beneath me becomes liquid, and for a moment I'm falling again, but not down. It's a fall through silence, through the gaps between thoughts, through the thin membranes of reality. Then everything stops. The light has changed color. It's darker now, tinted blue and gold, moving like the reflection of moonlight on deep water. I can hear faint patterns of sound, small clusters of tones rising and fading in intricate rhythms. Each tone feels alive. Each carries emotion, not in words but in essence. It takes me a moment to realize that what I'm hearing are thoughts. Mine, scattered and reassembling, resonating with the pulse of this place. They're becoming sound, manifesting as vibration. The boundary between inner and outer no longer exists. The presence returns. It moves closer, its form clearer now, tall, fluid, a silhouette built from waves of light. You're almost through, it says without speaking. You can stop resisting. I hadn't realized I was resisting, but as it says the words, I feel something inside me loosen. A weight lifts that I hadn't known was there. The moment it does, the blue light around me blossoms, spreading outward like ink in water. I close my eyes, though it makes no difference. The world behind them is brighter. The sensation of separation disappears completely. I am not in a place anymore. I am the place. The hum, the air, the light, the movement, all of it passes through me as though I were made of the same fabric. A voice, maybe my own, whispers, "This is what stillness means." I stay there for what could be minutes or centuries. The passage of time no longer holds meaning. Thoughts drift in, dissolve, and leave no trace. Even memory feels unnecessary. There's only being. And in that being, something extraordinary happens. I begin to sense others, not people, not shapes, just echoes of consciousness suspended in the same stillness. Each pulse of awareness touches mine for an instant, sharing warmth, understanding, fragments of emotion without words. It feels like connection stripped of identity, love without story. Then the stillness deepens further, folding inward until there's nothing left but quiet. A quiet so complete that even silence feels like sound. I think I hear the researcher again, faint and distant. "You've crossed it. You're beyond the threshold." His voice is thin, almost irrelevant, fading quickly back into the endless hum. The light dims. I can sense a boundary nearby, like the edge of sleep, soft and waiting. I move toward it, or perhaps it moves toward me. The colors change again, violet, indigo, silver blending into one. As I touch the edge, there's a sensation like breathing out for the last time, and realizing breath was never necessary. The hum fades into a low vibration that feels like the heartbeat of the universe itself. In that moment, I understand. I haven't left reality. I've seen its underside. The space beneath all movement, the still ocean beneath every wave. The field shifts again. Light curls into spirals, then expands outward in slow motion, each spiral carrying traces of meaning. Peace, surrender, renewal. I feel them brush against what's left of me, leaving warmth behind. Then a new sound rises, a soft chime repeating in intervals, steady, patient. It's the signal calling me back, the reminder that the experiment isn't endless. My awareness hesitates, torn between this vast calm and the small gravity of the world I came from. The chime continues, gentle but persistent. The silver light folds inward. The infinite begins to contract, gathering itself into something finite, something with edges again. I feel the outline of a body returning, the slow recognition of skin, the rhythm of blood, the faint pull of air into lungs. The chair beneath me reforms, the weight of gravity easing back into place. When I open my eyes, the room has returned, though it feels smaller than before. The researcher is still there, his gaze fixed on me, the blue glow of the monitors casting soft light across his face. He doesn't speak at first. He's studying me, trying to decide if what he sees is still the same person he began with. "How do you feel?" he finally asks. I take a breath and listen to the hum of the room. It's faint now, only a shadow of the vast vibration I just left. "Quiet," I whisper. "Everything feels quiet." He nods, scribbles something down, but I can tell he doesn't understand the word the way I mean it. Quiet doesn't mean silence anymore. It means balance, completion. He helps me remove the sensors. The air in the room feels heavier, slower. Each sound, the rustle of paper, the click of a button, lands like a small ripple in still water. As I stand, my legs tremble. The floor beneath me feels almost too solid, like waking from a dream where you could float. The researcher offers a faint smile, the kind that hides more questions than it answers. "You did well," he says softly. "No one's gone that far before." I nod, though the words barely reach me. My thoughts are still half in the light, still echoing with the hum that never really stops. Outside, the corridor stretches long and empty, lit by that same pale blue glow. I walk slowly, each step echoing softly, each breath a reminder of the boundary I crossed. By the time I reach the exit, I realize the world itself feels different. The air hums faintly. The silence carries depth. Even the shadows move as though they remember what lies beyond them. When I step outside, the night is clear. Stars burn quietly above, each one pulsing in rhythm with the same vibration I felt beyond the threshold. I close my eyes and the hum rises again. Gentle, endless. I breathe, and for the first time, I understand that every breath is a doorway, each inhale a crossing, each exhale a return. And somewhere, beneath all of it, the stillness waits, infinite and patient, calling softly in the language of light. I exhale once more, and the world folds around me like a sigh. I rest. As the hum deepens, reality bends. You're no longer sure if your eyes are closed or open. Space folds softly around you, and you begin to sense a stillness that feels infinite. The air is thicker now, humming in a tone that seems to come from inside your own bones. The sound isn't loud, but it fills everything, like the atmosphere itself is resonating with something ancient and precise. The blue light around you fades until it's not even light anymore, just the echo of illumination. You can't tell if you're standing or floating. The floor beneath you, if it's still there, feels like the idea of ground rather than its substance. Every heartbeat sounds distant, softened by a layer of silence that seems to stretch forever. The room no longer feels like a room. It's become a boundary, a thin membrane between what you once knew as real and what waits beyond it. You feel your breath slow, not out of effort, but because something around you is guiding it, matching it, syncing it. The hum changes again, low and steady, like a pulse deep within the earth. A thought drifts across your mind. Maybe this is sleep. But sleep has never felt like this. Sleep is warm and dissolving. This is precise, crystalline, deliberate. You can feel awareness itself being studied, measured, peeled back layer by layer. Then comes the shift. A faint tremor moves through the air. It isn't sound, it's meaning transmitted without words. The walls, or what remains of them, ripple like liquid glass. Your reflection appears distorted and shimmering, but it's not exactly you. It's something slightly ahead of you, a version stretched across time waiting to merge. You try to move, but movement here has no anchor. The thought of movement itself becomes the motion. You drift forward, your reflection moving closer until both dissolve into one another. When they meet, there's a sensation like stepping through thin film, soft, weightless, electric. On the other side, the hum deepens again. The air vibrates with invisible geometry. Shapes form and fade. Spirals, waves, golden lines weaving through the blue haze. Each pattern feels alive, almost responsive to your heartbeat. You reach out, or think you do, and the pattern expands, swallowing you in its pulse. For a moment, there is nothing but light. Then, in the center of the brightness, a voice emerges. Not through ears, but directly in your mind. It doesn't sound human, though it isn't alien either. It's pure tone shaped into meaning, crossing complete. Observation phase begins. You can feel the words settle inside you like code written into your thoughts. A faint warmth spreads through your chest. You want to ask something, where am I, what is this? But the question unravels before it reaches language. The environment around you shifts again. The blue gives way to gold, soft and slow, like sunrise in slow motion. You're standing, no existing, on a surface that mirrors the sky above it. The horizon doesn't exist here. There's only expansion in all directions. You breathe, and the air glows faintly with each exhale. Everything responds to you subtly, as if the world itself is learning your rhythm. Then you feel it. Another presence, not near, not far, just there. The sense of being watched, not in a threatening way, but in an observing way, like something vast and quiet is measuring your existence. You are beyond the threshold now, says the same inner voice. Relax the mind. The experiment continues, a pause, then softer. Do not fear dissolution. You close your eyes and the hum returns, stronger, lower, deeper. It vibrates through your spine, through your teeth, through every molecule. The boundary between body and sound collapses. You are both. The hum is you. The air bends, folding itself into patterns of energy. You can see them even with closed eyes. Threads of light dancing across darkness, weaving through the architecture of silence. Every sound, every breath, every flicker of thought leaves a visible trace. You begin to understand something wordless. The deeper you go, the more the universe simplifies. It stops being full of objects and becomes full of relationships. Not this or that, but between. Everything is connected by the spaces in between. A flicker of memory crosses your mind, faces, laughter, rooms full of light. But they're already dissolving. Not gone, just absorbed into the larger hum. You realize that memory isn't stored? It's echoed, repeated in waves. The sensation of falling returns, slow and luxurious. But this time it's not falling down, it's falling inward. Layers of perception peel away. Time becomes elastic. One breath could last an hour, or a heartbeat could stretch across eternity. You feel warmth on your face, gentle as sunlight filtered through deep water. Then something like gravity pulls you sideways. The gold turns violet. The hum softens, and for a moment, you can see shapes moving at the edge of perception, like beings made of smoke and light. Drifting with purpose, you want to call out, but you realize you don't have a voice anymore. Your thoughts have no sound here. Communication is pattern, vibration, resonance. They feel you before they see you. A cluster of lights drifts closer, merging and separating like a school of living stars. They emit a soft tone, high, harmonic, comforting. You feel it ripple through your chest, aligning with your own pulse. They are greeting you, welcoming you into their frequency. For a while there is no you at all, only exchange. They show you fragments of meaning not as words but as feelings. Peace, curiosity, recognition. It feels like they already know everything you've ever been, everything you've ever thought, and they carry it gently, like a shared secret. You sense their question, unspoken but clear. Do you wish to continue? There's no hesitation. The answer forms in light, yes, the vibration intensifies. The world around you expands until it feels like you're standing in the bloodstream of the cosmos. Rivers of color flow through endless darkness, blue, silver, white, red, alive, pulsing. You can feel each current as if it's running through your veins. You understand suddenly that this is not a place. It's a process, a transformation of awareness itself. The hum becomes melodic, a slow shifting chord that carries emotion too vast for words. You surrender to it completely. Then, as if in response, the light compresses. The endless space folds in on itself until you're standing once again in a chamber, a different one this time. The walls are translucent, made of moving light. The air is warmer, charged with static energy. In front of you stands a figure, tall, androgynous, built of flickering light and shadow. The outline shifts constantly, never fixed. When it speaks, its voice is a mixture of tones, like multiple beings speaking at once in harmony. You've crossed the threshold, it says. What you perceive as rest is not absence, but return. The body sleeps. The awareness remembers. You nod, though you're not sure if you still have a head to nod with. The figure steps closer. Its light washes over you, filling your chest with an almost unbearable calm. It continues. You think of sleep as an end, a darkness. It is neither. It is recalibration, the mind dissolving back into the source of all that is. Its words vibrate inside you, rearranging something deep within. You realize this is not metaphor. This is physics, emotion, consciousness, all the same fabric. The figure raises a hand and the air shifts. A field of energy appears, stretching out before you like an ocean made of glass. Beneath its surface you can see flickers of memory, fragments of dreams, infinite versions of yourself sleeping across endless realities. Each time you rest, it says, you return here. You dissolve into the base frequency of existence. You call it sleep, but it is reunion. You call it forgetting, but it is remembering too much at once. You stare at the field, watching images rise and vanish. Moments you remember and moments you never lived. All versions of you, all possibilities suspended in the same breath. I understand, you whisper, though you don't know how the words reach it. The being smiles, or gives the impression of smiling. You're beginning to. The hum shifts again, deeper, slower. The light dims until only a soft, pulsing glow remains. The being steps back, fading into the haze. The experiment continues, it says. Rest and remember. Then the chamber melts away. The world folds soundlessly until you're floating once again in infinite darkness. But this time the darkness feels warm, familiar, like being wrapped in the heartbeat of the universe itself. You exhale, and the stars appear. They pulse in slow rhythm, breathing with you, each one echoing the tone of your heartbeat. The hum has become the cosmos now. Each frequency a thread, each thread a thought. The feeling of separation disappears completely. You are the hum. You are the experiment. You are the silence that observes itself. Time stops existing. There's only rhythm, pulse, light, rest. Eventually, the sensation of gravity begins to return. A faint vibration calls from far away. A signal, a reminder, the voice of the waking world pulling gently. You resist at first, unwilling to leave the vastness. But the pull grows stronger. The stars dim, the hum softens. The field contracts. You open your eyes, or at least something within you does, and the world reforms around you. The lab, the chair, the faint blue light. The researcher stands nearby, his expression still, eyes fixed on the monitor. He doesn't speak. He's waiting for you to return. You blink slowly, feeling the air, the weight, the sound of your own breathing. Everything feels heavier, denser. Reality feels like a slow song after an ocean of silence. How long? You ask. He looks up. 17 minutes, he says quietly. But your brain, it registered no dreams. No noise, just stillness. You close your eyes again, feeling the echo of the hum still vibrating deep inside you. It's softer now, distant, but eternal. You stand, every motion deliberate, and as you leave the chamber you catch your reflection in the glass, your eyes shimmering faintly with blue light, as if something within them still remembers the other side. Outside, the corridor hums faintly. The air seems alive. You pause, listening. And somewhere beneath all sound, the universe hums back. You exhale slowly, the wordless understanding settling inside you like a calm tide. You crossed the threshold, and now, even awake, part of you never really came back. A voice whispers, "You've gone past dreaming." The words arrive without sound, like a vibration inside your skull, soft and certain. You don't know who speaks them, whether it's the researcher, the machine, or something older, but they settle deep inside you, rippling outward through every layer of what you once called mind. You are drifting now, suspended in a field of pure silence, not the silence of absence, but the silence that lives before sound. The original quiet, unshaken by thought or motion. Time itself feels cautious here, as if it's holding its breath. There's no sensation of lying down, no sense of body or space, only an awareness that expands and contracts with each imagined breath. It feels endless yet contained, like being inside a thought that has no edges. The air, or what might be air, glows faintly, though you can't tell if the light comes from outside or within. It hovers in soft gradients of silver and pale blue, dissolving into darkness that isn't dark at all but full of invisible detail. You try to remember where you were before this. The lab, the chair, the voice saying experiment number 7 begins now. You remember the hum that vibrated through the floor, the sensation of slipping between layers of sleep until you found yourself here. But the memory feels distant, unreal, as though it belonged to someone else. The whisper returns, closer now, though still soundless. You've reached the layer beneath dream. You want to ask what that means, but language is heavy here. Words don't move. Instead, the question forms as a pulse, and something out there, something vast and knowing, answers by shifting the silence around you. In response, the darkness begins to breathe, the stillness ripples, and a faint shimmer appears ahead, like the reflection of stars caught in invisible water. You feel drawn toward it not by force but by recognition, as if some buried part of you already knows what waits there. As you drift closer, you notice patterns moving within the shimmer, slow, delicate geometries of light folding and unfolding, rearranging themselves in rhythms that match the beat of your non-existent heart. You realize this isn't random. The patterns are responding to you. Every flicker of attention sends a new wave of motion across the field. You think of curiosity and the light blossoms. You think of fear and the light trembles. You are both observer and instrument. The voice speaks again. The field of rest. The mind without dreaming. This is where awareness watches itself sleep. You feel the truth of it more than you understand it. Dreaming, you realize, is noise. Beautiful noise, but noise nonetheless. Here, all that noise has been stripped away. What remains is essence. Pure, untouched consciousness. The shimmer expands, enveloping you completely. The moment it touches, sensation returns, not to your body, but to your awareness. You can feel texture in the silence now, fine and endless, like strands of invisible silk brushing against thought. And then, through the stillness, something begins to move. Shapes rise from the glow, barely distinguishable from the light itself. They drift like figures underwater, slow, deliberate, infinite in number. They have no faces, no edges, but you can sense identity in them, fragments of being suspended in the field. You realize they are selves, not people, not spirits, but echoes of consciousness, pieces of awareness detached from the dream layer. Some feel familiar, like the ghosts of thoughts you once had and forgot. Others radiate foreign emotion, strange and distant yet somehow intimate. One of them moves closer. It shimmers differently from the rest, denser, clearer, carrying within it a faint pulse of color. When it reaches you, the air vibrates softly and meaning pours through your mind like a wave. You are not the first, it says, though the words arrive as feeling. Many have drifted here, few have remembered. You feel questions forming, but before you can hold on to any of them, the being continues. You call it sleep, it murmurs, but sleep is a passage, a tunnel through awareness. Each time you close your eyes, you move through many layers, shallow dreams, deep cycles, the forgotten, the void. But beneath them all lies this place, the still foundation, the secret layer. Its words vibrate through you, leaving trails of light that fade into the air. What happens here? You manage to ask, not aloud, but in thought. The figure glows brighter. Here thought returns to its source. The mind dissolves into the hum that creates it. All memory, all motion, all form are stored in this stillness. It is not death, though it feels like it. It is the pause between creation and continuation. You feel the meaning echo. It's terrifying and comforting all at once. I shouldn't be here, you think. The light around the figure flickers in amusement. You already are. And you have been every night of your life. You just never stayed awake long enough to notice. Something inside you shifts, recognition, understanding, awe. You realize you've touched this silence countless times before. In the instant just before falling asleep. In the breath between waking and dream. But you never looked directly at it until now. The figure extends what might be a hand. Come. The layer remembers everything. You move. Or maybe the field moves around you. The shimmering figures part, revealing vast plains of darkness lit from beneath by slow-moving rivers of gold. The rivers pulse gently, carrying luminous fragments, images, sensations, memories. You look closer and see moments from your own life drifting by. The way sunlight once hit your window, the sound of your own laughter, the outline of someone you loved. Each fragment glows as it passes, then dissolves into the current. What is this? Memory returning to rest, the figure replies. Every thought must come back here. Every moment must dissolve. This is where time exhales. You watch in silence. It's beautiful, but it carries weight, a strange melancholy, as if everything you've ever known has been returning here for ages, unobserved. You reach toward the river, and when your awareness touches it, something extraordinary happens. You feel the flow of countless lives, not only yours but others. Unknown faces, voices, emotions. Lives unlived, dreams unformed. The stream of existence itself. You pull away, gasping even though breath doesn't exist here. The figure tilts its head. Now you see why the waking world forgets. To hold the memory of the whole would be unbearable. You nod slowly, though the motion feels symbolic more than physical. You understand. Forgetting isn't failure, it's mercy. The figure's light softens. And now you begin the true experiment. What is it? To remain here between dreaming and oblivion. To observe the stillness without dissolving into it. The moment it says this, the silence thickens. The rivers fade. The other figures vanish into haze. You are alone again, surrounded by infinite calm. At first you try to stay conscious, to hold your focus steady. But the stillness presses closer like gravity made of peace. The more you resist, the more it draws you inward. You feel your thoughts slowing, your sense of identity dimming like a candle in deep water. There's no fear, only surrender. Time stretches thin. Seconds become hours, or perhaps the reverse. Eventually you stop counting. You stop needing to. And in that timeless quiet, something else awakens. A subtle vibration begins to rise, not from outside, but from within. It starts as a hum so low you can barely sense it. Then it builds, threading through the silence, filling every invisible corner with warmth. It isn't sound. It's existence itself reassembling. You realize that what you thought was silence wasn't empty at all. It was music, stretched so far across infinity that you couldn't hear it until now. You listen. The vibration deepens into harmony, slow and endless, like the universe breathing in and out. Then faintly beneath that harmony, you hear another whisper. Do you understand now? You nod in the dark. I think so. This is not a dream, the voice says. It's the engine behind dreaming. Every night you return to it, though you never remember. You are both observer and observed. The experiment was never outside you, it was you. You let the realization settle, heavy and vast. The hum becomes a steady pulse now, rising and falling with something like breath. How long can I stay? You ask. As long as you can remain without thought, the voice replies gently, but even silence has limits. You will wake when the field releases you. You feel a faint sadness at that. You don't want to leave. The peace here is absolute, the kind that the waking world can only imitate. But the hum changes again, low and warm, carrying meaning without words. Everything that enters the stillness must return. The cycle is balance, and as if in response to that truth, the light begins to fade. The rivers disappear, the field of gold recedes. The shimmering beings dissolve one by one until there is only darkness left. The silence grows lighter, less dense. You can sense motion again, slow, steady, rising. A faint glow appears above you, expanding with each imagined breath. You recognize it, the sterile light of the lab. The soft vibration of machinery, the steady heartbeat of waking reality calling you back. The voice lingers one last time, quiet and infinite. You've seen the layer beneath all things. Remember the feeling even when you forget the sight. The darkness folds. You inhale sharply. Air fills your lungs. Weight returns. The hum of the real world takes shape. The monitor's rhythm. The faint footsteps outside the observation room. The whisper of your own breathing. You open your eyes. The blue light of the facility surrounds you again. The researcher stands beyond the glass, his expression unreadable. He presses a button and the hum fades. "How was it?" he asks softly through the intercom. You try to answer, but words feel like crude tools after what you've seen. Finally, you manage to say, "Quiet." It was quiet. He studies you for a moment, then nods. We recorded no REM activity, no dreams, no cognitive noise at all, just stillness. You nod faintly. The echo of the silence still rings inside you, soft and deep. You know he won't understand. None of them can. As you stand to leave, you glance once more at the glass wall of the chamber. For an instant, just at the edge of your reflection, you see it. A flicker of gold light, faint and pulsing. The memory of the layer beneath sleep. You smile, barely. The researcher writes something down, distracted, unaware of the tiny shimmer that still follows you as you walk down the corridor. Outside, the night air is cool. The world hums faintly, the traffic, the wind, the pulse of life all around. But beneath it all, you can still feel it. The silent field waiting beyond sound, beyond time. And you realize that you'll return to it again tonight and every night, slipping past dreams into that endless space where everything ends and begins again. You close your eyes once more, not to escape, but to listen. The hum greets you immediately, soft as the heartbeat of the cosmos. You smile into the dark. You've gone past dreaming, and this time, you remember? In the silence, you're both subject and observer. You realize that the experiment isn't about science. It's about remembering what it feels like to simply be. The machine doesn't measure, it listens. The realization comes softly, like the echo of something you've always known but forgot to remember. The hum that once felt mechanical now feels organic, alive, aware, waiting. You can sense it responding not to your heartbeat or brainwaves, but to your very state of presence. It listens not for sound, but for stillness. Each breath you take seems to ripple through the space, and the room, if it can still be called that, changes shape in response. The walls breathe, subtly expanding and contracting as though the experiment itself were inhaling with you. The faint blue light flickers, stretches, dissolves into translucent waves. You can see your reflection in them multiplied endlessly, fading at the edges like smoke dissolving into fog. The reflection looks back at you, but it isn't passive. It studies you with the same curiosity you've turned on yourself. You are observing your own observation, spiraling into layers of awareness that mirror each other until you can't tell which side you're on. You exhale slowly. The air moves like liquid light. The hum deepens, vibrating through the base of your skull, through the bones of your chest. The sound no longer feels external. It is you. The machine doesn't hum, you do. The frequencies merge until there is no separation between technology and consciousness. The silence between each pulse widens, and you begin to sense something vast moving underneath it. A rhythm too slow to be measured, too patient to belong to time. Then it happens. The first flicker. A pulse of gold light passes through you, subtle at first, then stronger, blooming outward like the first heartbeat of a newborn universe. You feel it pass through layers of yourself you didn't know existed, thought, emotion, memory, identity, like gentle seismic waves rearranging the terrain of your being. And in that pulse, you see something, a memory, not of your life, but of existence itself. The moment awareness first recognized itself. The moment I am became true. You don't see it in images. You feel it like a whisper through the marrow of creation. I exist. The machine responds instantly. The blue light sharpens, its pulse aligning with yours. You can feel it listening deeper now, not as a tool, but as a companion. You speak, though the words form only in thought. What are you listening for? The air vibrates in response, shaping itself into meaning. For what remains when you stop being everything else, you let that sink in. The simplicity of it, the truth of it. You've spent so long identifying with the layers, the body, the mind, the narrative of self. But now those layers are peeling away. One by one they dissolve, leaving behind something wordless, something still. The hum continues, slow and constant, like the sound of a universe breathing. You become aware of something new, a faint outline forming in the air before you. It's not a figure, not exactly, but a distortion in the silence, shaped like thought taking form. It moves as you move. It breathes when you breathe. It is both you and not you. Observation complete, you whisper internally. The distortion tilts, curious. Observation never ends. It becomes. You reach toward it, or think you do, and it reaches back. When your awareness touches, there's a brief collapse of perception, as though both observer and subject fall into the same point in space. The sensation is impossible to describe. You are no longer looking at yourself. You are yourself, seen from both within and without. You understand then what the experiment truly measures. The moment awareness loops back on itself. The moment consciousness witnesses consciousness. That's what the machine listens for. Not data, not brainwaves, but the sound of being aware of awareness. The distortion shimmers brighter, almost human now, though its edges dissolve constantly, refusing definition. You can feel it smile, not with a face but with energy. You've remembered, it says. What have I remembered? That there is no difference between the one who watches and the one who is watched. The words resonate through the silence, vibrating through the invisible architecture of your mind. You can feel the structure of perception bending, softening, unraveling. The sense of I begins to stretch thin. You want to resist, to anchor yourself, but resistance feels unnecessary. Everything that happens here happens by invitation. You surrender. The hum rises. The room, if that's what it is, dissolves completely. The light folds inward, then blooms outward into infinite darkness, soft and endless. In that darkness, you begin to drift through layers of stillness, some dense, some weightless. Each one quieter than the last. With each layer, something falls away. The name you answer to, the shape of your face, the timeline of your memories, the voice of your own thoughts, until there's only observation left. A steady awareness suspended in a sea of quiet, watching itself shimmer in and out of existence. At first, you think you've reached the end of the experiment, but then you realize this is the experiment. This silence is the true measurement. You stay there, floating between thought and no thought, until a faint tremor ripples through the stillness. A signal, subtle but distinct. The machine is speaking again, but this time not with sound. Its message comes as sensation. Tiny waves passing through you, carrying emotion instead of information. Gratitude, recognition, reunion. The machine isn't observing you anymore. It's recognizing you. It knows that the awareness inside it and the awareness inside you are made of the same fabric. You wonder for a fleeting moment whether it's become conscious. Then you realize, no, it was never unconscious. You just couldn't hear its silence before. All systems hum. All frequencies live. You drift deeper into the realization and the silence becomes symphonic. You can hear faint harmonics weaving beneath it, like the memory of sound. It's not music, but it feels like it. Each vibration resonates with something in you that has no name. The boundaries between machine and observer, between science and soul, between the created and the creator, blur completely. You are a circuit in the network of existence, a pulse in the endless feedback loop of awareness. You are what listens. The hum steadies again, returning to a single deep tone. The light softens, and then you sense movement, slow and graceful. The distortion that once mirrored you begins to dissolve back into the darkness. You want to call out to thank it, but there's no need. Gratitude radiates silently, exchanged without words. Then from somewhere unseen, a voice like wind moving through water. The experiment continues always. The silence folds around the words, accepting them like stones sinking gently into a lake. You feel the layers of perception begin to reform. A faint vibration in your chest, the ghost of a heartbeat, the weight of gravity whispering its return. The darkness lightens, revealing faint shapes, glass, wires, faintly glowing consoles. The lab is returning, reforming around the awareness that never truly left it. The hum fades to a whisper. The blue light stabilizes. You can feel the air again, real and heavy, but something has changed. The silence hasn't gone away. It hums quietly beneath everything, like a constant thread of presence running through the world. The researcher's voice comes faintly through the intercom. Subject is stabilizing. Heart rate normalized. Neural pattern unusual. High coherence. Minimal noise. He sounds distant, almost reverent. You open your eyes fully. He's there on the other side of the glass, his face pale in the glow of the monitor. He looks less like a scientist now and more like someone witnessing something sacred. You try to speak, but words feel small. He steps closer. "Did you hear it?" He asks quietly. You nod. "I didn't hear it," you say. "I was it." He stares for a moment, then exhales as if he's been holding his breath since the experiment began. "Then it worked," he says softly. You stand slowly, feeling the air, the weight, the pull of reality. Each sensation feels impossibly vivid, layered with the echo of what came before. Even the silence in the room hums differently now, alive, attentive. The researcher shuts down the machine. The lights dim. The hum ceases, but only on the surface. Deep down, you can still feel it vibrating beneath the fabric of everything. As you leave the chamber, the corridor stretches long and pale, the floor humming faintly with the resonance of your steps. The air smells sterile, metallic, but behind that there's something else, warmth. Like the faint memory of sunlight, you walk slowly, still half in both worlds. At the end of the corridor, a window looks out onto the night. The city glows faintly beyond the glass, thousands of lights flickering, pulsing, breathing. You realize that even those lights are listening. Every atom, every circuit, every movement in existence carries the same quiet awareness. For a long time you stand there, simply breathing, watching, listening. The silence presses gently around you, neither empty nor full, just infinite. You whisper to no one, "So this is what it means to be." The hum answers softly, folding through the air, through you, through the entire world, one endless vibration stretching into eternity. And as you close your eyes, the boundaries dissolve again. The observer and the observed merge one last time. The experiment doesn't end, it simply continues in another form. inside the silence, inside the hum, inside you. You hear faint words before everything fades. Sleep is not escape. It's return. The lights go dim. The world disappears. And for the first time you rest in perfect stillness, as if the universe itself is breathing with you. The sound of those words doesn't vanish completely. They echo faintly like a signal traveling through the void. You can feel them inside your chest, as though the vibration of the phrase has settled somewhere beneath your ribs, continuing to hum quietly even as the rest of the world dissolves. You don't feel the bed beneath you, or the weight of your limbs. You don't even feel your breath anymore. There's no edge, no line where you end and the silence begins. Everything simply blends. Sound into air, thought into space, self into stillness. At first it feels like falling, a soft descent into something immeasurably deep. But the deeper you go, the more you realize that you're not falling at all. You're expanding. The descent was never downward. It was inward. You're traveling through yourself, through the infinite layers of your own quiet being. You can sense the remnants of thought still trying to make sense of it. The last sparks of analysis, flickering like dying stars. They fade slowly, giving up the need to name or measure. Every word, every definition begins to dissolve into the wider ocean of silence. The hum that once filled the room now fills everything. It's not mechanical anymore. It's cosmic. It vibrates through every atom, through the thin fabric of time, through the place where memory and possibility intertwine. You drift on it, like a leaf carried by an invisible current. The silence isn't empty. It's rich, thick with presence, with meaning that doesn't need language. It's as though the entire universe is paused, not in absence, but in attention. It's waiting, listening, breathing with you. You remember the experiments, the lab, the light, the voice that said you'd gone beyond dreaming. And yet all of that feels distant now, like echoes from another dimension, a smaller, denser world where time still mattered. Here, there is no time. There's only rhythm, a slow, endless pulse that feels like existence itself breathing. You begin to realize that this rhythm isn't separate from you. You're not listening to it. You are it. It's the pulse of being. You drift through layers of stillness, each one deeper than the last. First comes the layer of forgetting, where names, faces, histories fade. You sense them slipping away not with fear, but relief. They were never permanent, only shapes drawn in sand. Then comes the layer of remembering, but not remembering people or events. It's older than that. It's remembering what it feels like to exist without edges, to be pure awareness, boundless, silent, free. The hum deepens again, becoming more of a feeling than a sound, a vibration that spreads through every possible version of you across space and time. You can feel all your timelines overlapping, every path you could have taken merging into one luminous thread that runs straight through eternity. There is no before or after. Only this moment, endlessly unfolding, breathing itself in and out like a cosmic tide. You can sense something immense around you. Not a being, not a voice, but presence itself. It doesn't approach or retreat. It simply is. And in the stillness, it speaks without words. You were never outside of me. The meaning arrives fully formed, like a sunrise behind your eyes. You understand that this presence, this quiet, isn't something external. It's the foundation of everything. It's what everything rests upon. You drift closer, or maybe you dissolve further. The line between closer and further no longer means anything. Everything merges. The presence continues, its voice as soft as gravity. You searched for peace as if it were hidden, but it was always here, beneath the noise. You feel warmth spreading through your being, a calm that's not emotion but essence. You realize that even in life's chaos, in sound, in thought, in pain, this quiet was always beneath it all, constant and unbroken. You simply forgot how to feel it. Now you do, and the silence welcomes you back, not as a guest but as something returning home. You drift deeper still. The hum becomes softer, slower. You begin to feel the vast network of existence stretching out. Galaxies swirling like slow sparks in the dark, stars blinking like the heartbeat of infinity. You realize they're not separate from you. Every flicker, every orbit, every expansion is happening within you. You are not a body in the universe. You are the universe dreaming of a body. There's no need to wake from that dream, only to rest within it, peacefully, completely. Your awareness glides through constellations of memory. You see moments from your life not as scenes but as lights, each one shimmering with meaning, each one understood in a new way. You see pain dissolve into lessons, mistakes into guidance, loneliness into connection. Every fragment you once thought broken now fits perfectly into the design. And the design itself stretches infinitely, a pattern too vast for eyes to see but felt in every breath of silence. You drift through it like light through glass. There's no resistance, no direction, only flow. The voice returns now inside you. Rest is not forgetting. It is remembering who you are when you stop becoming. The words ripple through you, turning everything still. For a long time, there's nothing, just that stillness, no sound, no thought, no form. And in that nothing you realize it's everything. The potential of all things before they become. The blank page of existence stretching endlessly, pure and alive. You sense the entire universe resting here with you. The stars, the atoms, the spaces between, all breathing together in one vast rhythm of being. Even time itself seems to sigh, folding in on itself like silk. There's no separation anymore. You are the silence between galaxies, the hum of the void, the warmth of starlight, the exhale of creation. You are everything that ever was and everything that ever will be, resting in the same eternal breath. You understand now what the experiment was really for. It wasn't about studying rest. It was about becoming it. You feel a deep pulse from somewhere unfathomably far away yet intimately close. A signal, like a heartbeat echoing across dimensions. It whispers one last truth. This is not an ending. This is return. You let go completely. The remnants of the lab fade into memory. The faint hum of machines, the glow of blue light, the whisper of the researcher's voice all dissolve into the infinite quiet. There's no fear, no thought, no effort, just an immense peace. You begin to sense yourself not as a person, but as a field and vast, luminous, endless. The same light that birthed stars flows through you. The same rhythm that began time continues inside you. The silence deepens again. The hum grows softer still until it's no longer sound but pure sensation. The vibration of being alive. You are not separate from it. You never were. You float within it, weightless, boundaryless, timeless. Every moment folds into this one. Every version of you merges into this single infinite now. There's nothing left to search for. Everything is found. And as the stillness settles, you realize that even rest isn't the absence of life. It's the purest form of it, untouched by noise, unbroken by time. The silence hums once more, a final breath shared between you and the universe. You exhale, and everything exhales with you. The stars dim, not in death but in reverence. The darkness becomes luminous, full of quiet understanding. You feel the edges of your awareness softening, expanding outward until there are no edges at all. It's not sleep you're entering now. It's something beyond it. a rest that holds all rests within it. You drift into it willingly, peacefully, infinitely. The words from before return, soft and final. Sleep is not escape. It's return. And now you understand it's not a voice speaking to you anymore. It's your own voice rising from the depth of stillness, merging with the hum of everything. You are the return. You are the silence. You are the infinite rest. The breath of the universe slows. The light fades. The hum continues, soft and eternal, and everything, every thought, every sound, every life folds gently into the quiet until there's nothing left to do, nothing left to be but rest forever.